Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a fan of thrilling, suspenseful, and fascinating stories, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Scary Story, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our latest stories.
Title: The Enchanted Vegetable Cellar. In the heart of rural America, nestled between rolling emerald hills and whispering pine forests, lay the sleepy village of Willowbrook. Its cobblestone streets, weathered barns and flickering gas lamps gave it the air of a forgotten storybook town. But Willowbrook held a secret, one that sprouted from the soil itself: the arrival of Elias Thornwood. One crisp autumn morning, a peculiar wagon rumbled into town. It was painted the deep green of ancient forests, its wheels adorned with carvings of vines and blossoms. The driver was a man named Elias Thornwood, a lean figure with silver-streaked hair and eyes that shimmered like dew on morning grass. His hands, calloused yet graceful, cradled baskets overflowing with vegetables that glowed faintly. Radishes as red as rubies, carrots that sparkled like amber, and lettuce leaves that rustled like parchment. Secrets. Fresh harvest, Elias called, his voice carrying the warmth of a crackling hearth. The villagers, skeptical at first, soon found themselves drawn to his stall. There was something alive about his produce. Mrs. Higgins, the baker, swore her arthritis vanished after eating his golden beet soup. Old Tom, the grumpy blacksmith, claimed Elias's spinach made him feel 20 again. Even the village children, who usually scorned vegetables, devoured his candied zucchini flowers like fairy treats. But Elias Thornwood was no ordinary farmer. The secret garden, behind his cottage, hidden by a wall of thorny roses that moved when no one was looking, lay Elias's garden. Here, pumpkins hummed lullabies, tomato vines curled into protective shields, and sunflowers turned their faces to follow the moon. The soil was enchanted, fed by a spring that bubbled with water from a realm where magic still thrived. Elias had inherited this gift from his grandmother, a wise woman who'd whispered to seeds and tamed storms. Plants are the earth's first storytellers, she'd told him. Listen, and they'll teach you. Elias did more than listen. He communed. When the apple trees wept blight, he sang to them in a language of rustling leaves. When drought cracked the land, he danced barefoot under the stars, and rain fell in shimmering curtains. But magic, he knew, was a fragile thread. It demanded balance. The blight and the bargain. One spring, disaster struck. A creeping rot invaded Willowbrook's fields, a blight that withered crops overnight. The villagers panicked. Without harvests, they'd starve by winter. Mayor Thompson, a man who valued tractors over tradition, scoffed at Elias's offer to help. Magic's fool's work, he barked, but desperate mothers left baskets of bread at Elias's door, pleading silently. That night, Elias knelt in his garden. The earth trembled beneath his palms. "What do you need?" he murmured. A raspberry bush coiled around his wrist, its thorns drawing blood. "A sacrifice," the garden whispered. "The blight hungers for life. Feed it yours." Elias hesitated. His grandmother had warned of magic's price, but the village children's laughter echoed in his mind. He gripped a handful of soil. Take what you must. The battle beneath the soil. For 3 days, Elias vanished. Villages glimpsed flickering lights in his garden, heard chanting woven with wind and wolf howls. On the fourth dawn, he emerged, gaunt and ashen, clutching a single emerald green squash. "Plant this," he croaked, collapsing. The villagers obeyed. They buried the squash in the cursed field. By sunset, vines erupted, thick as serpents, leaves shimmering with silver veins. The blight recoiled. The vines pursued it, drilling into the soil until the earth shuddered and let out a deafening roar. When the dust settled, the field bloomed with crops more vibrant than ever. But Elias was dying. The healing of Willowbrook. 12-year-old Leila, a girl who'd traded her teddy bear for Elias's enchanted peas, refused to accept this. She stole into his garden, where the roses parted reluctantly. The plants guided her to the sacred spring. "Take this," murmured a willow tree, shedding a tear-shaped droplet. Lila rushed to Elias's bedside, trickling the water onto his lips. Color returned to his cheeks. The villagers, now believers, gathered singing, their voices blending with the crickets' chorus. Even Mayor Thompson brought a jar of honey, muttering, "Suppose magic's all the legacy." Elias stayed in Willowbrook, his magic woven into the village's roots. The blight never returned. Children grew up hearing tales of the man who spoke to vegetables, and every harvest festival they left offerings of seeds and songs at his garden wall. Years later, when Elias's hair turned fully silver, he vanished, though some say he became a great oak in the forest, his branches sheltering sleepy owls and starlight. His wagon still appears at dawn mist, driven by no one, its vegetables curing ailments and sparking joy. And if you visit Willowbrook today, tread softly. The pumpkins might whisper your name, and the carrots, well, they've been known to giggle.
Dear friends, if you enjoyed today's video, please support me by leaving a comment and subscribing to my channel, Scary Story. If you have a story you'd like to hear, let me know, and I'll bring it to you. See you in the next videos. Take care, and goodbye.